CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare, and Via Credit Union. Since 1936, people have trusted Via Credit Union with their financial hopes and dreams. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Hi, and welcome back to State Champs, Indiana's home for high school sports 35 weeks a year. My name is Lauren Plant, and State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.
And I'm Jenna Skelski, and just like our name says, we love high school state championships. So much so that we create special online state final shows that are packed with super long highlights, interviews, and analysis.
That's right. Have you had the chance to check out our wrestling state championship show, or our girls basketball state final show, or our boys swimming state championship show? You can check them all out right now at our website, statechampsnetwork.com, or on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Maybe you shouldn't do it right this second. Wait until after the show.
Good point. And hey, we'll be doing the exact same thing for gymnastics and boys basketball. We just feel the state championships need extra attention, and who better to do that than State Champs? Celebrate with us.
We'll give a taste of what took place at the boys swim finals, and we've got some hockey too. But for the most part, it's all boys basketball sectionals. Roll it.
We begin with sectional boys basketball. Girls b-ball now in the books, on to the fellas. Speedway hosting sectional 43. Sparkplug sitting above 500, but records out the door now. It's one and done. Speedway versus Indianapolis, Washington. Continental's in the same boat, right above 500, so let's get to it. In the first, Washington opening up some lanes behind the wheel. Duran Lewis out to Cody Walden. Mark him down for three. Washington led early. Up to the test, Speedway finds an answer. Alex Moore from behind the line. Washington still up a digit, however. Speedway built for speed, but they might want to repair the court after Lewis is done with it. The dribble drive blistering. Indy Washington led at the half 40-35. Second half, Sparkplugs having to put some miles on the tread. The pull-up, sophomore Drew Valentine, some love on the floater, still down 9 towards the end of the third. Here's the tie. Valentine finds Brandon Willoughby down low. We were knotted at 56 with a little over 5 remaining. Scales tipping towards Speedway. Continental senior Alandis Connor hits big from outside. Washington down 4, 66-62. But Sparkplug staying in control. Devin Valentine up to Alex Moore for the lob. Speedway defeats Indianapolis, Washington 81-73. Another hoops contest hosted at Brownsburg. Class 4A rivals Terre Haute South Vigo getting tangled with Terre Haute North Vigo. Welcome to tourney time. Quite the opening sectional draw for these two. The Terre Haute North Patriots shocked everybody when they went into the Wabash Valley Classic earlier in the season. An 0-6 record won the tournament. Running and stunning early here. Off the pick and roll, Cayman Hayes with the touch. Watch your pockets because there were some steals in this one. Braden Eddington with the snatch and score. North Vigo led early. South Vigo Braves trying to stay cool. Kapil Reddy, the big man with the big arc, net it. South Vigo pushing back. North would adjust, still with the lead after intermission. South has never been completely healthy all season, so it's always been next man up. Tightening up on defense. Here, all the way down the map to Kenyon Schulte for the deuce. South finding some rhythm. And here, finding the edge, fight for the ball. Cordell Haynes comes away with it. Braves take the lead, 55-54, 2.5 remains. Fast forward, South Vigo leads by a penny, 30 seconds left. Down the coast, Cayman Hayes will not be denied. North now by 1. Hayes big on D, snags it, a foul is forced, count the bucket. Again, Hayes sent to the line, North leading by 2. The miss, South Vigo with a chance for the win, puts up an attempt, doesn't go. Terre Haute North Vigo defeats South Vigo 63-61. On to Mooresville.
Welcome over to Knightstown High School as we keep rolling with boys hoops. A couple of Class 2A sectionals coming your way. First, the Hornets of Indianapolis Howe up against the Tigers of Triton Central. Each team working at it. Now it's time for the big show. Sometimes games can be decided early. Here, Hornets, Krishan Brown for the triple. Howe up first. Tigers finding some edge off the board. Second chances are everything. Luke Sanders with the answer. Tiger spirits lifted as the cheer team doesn't miss a beat, but the Hornets now causing some havoc on defense. Jalen Cannon with the takeaway, give him the bucket. How up double digits in the second. Now, before intermission, Wyatt Feeling trying to rally his Tigers, taking the pain over, bucket drops. However, Hornets still lead at the break. In the second half, TC moving it around. The drive, David Steele there to collect. Tigers trying for the comeback. However, how not done yet. Daryl Boone with this sweet music. Hornets hold the lead, and to cap it off via airmail, the triple for Jalen Stamps, count it, as Indianapolis Howe defeats Triton Central 75-55, your final. Staying in Class 2A, still at Knightstown, and now the host school takes the floor. The Panthers of Knightstown versus Shenandoah Raiders. Shenandoah, the favorite in this one, is their only loss on a 21-1 record this season is from a double overtime loss to New Palestine. Raiders holding that taste of defeat in their mouth has them getting it done. Early off, we are tied. The Raiders looking for an edge. Up to Caden McCullough. He would collect it after the deposit. Game going fast now. Panthers answer right back. Trevor Cook with the tasteful three. Still neck and neck. Head coach David McCullough making adjustments early in this one. Let's see how the Raiders respond. In transition, Raiders attacking. Down court, Peyton Starks with the and one. Shenandoah would lead at the break 28-17. Knightstown turning up the physicality in the second half. Down low, Trevor Cook fights for the bucket. Panthers still trail. But the Raiders, a bit too much on this night. Starks there for the big bucket. Shenandoah defeats Knightstown 52-36, your final.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that one of the fastest growing sports in the world is competitive gaming, otherwise known as esports. Several years ago, LTU recognized that the job market would soon demand professionals in coding, graphic arts, and other skills. Graduating with a Lawrence Tech degree in game art gets you prepared for a variety of professions in one of the most fun and challenging fields in technology. For the third straight year, LTU has partnered with State Champs Esports by hosting a postseason tournament to determine the League of Legends Great Lakes champion. And LTU has stepped up by offering nearly $16,000 in scholarship money to the champs and other competitors. 16 teams will be invited to compete for the grand prize on Lawrence Tech's Southfield, Michigan campus. If you're in high school and want to start a League of Legends team, it's so easy. All you need is to find a teacher to be the coach and help represent your school. 5 players per team. Competition has already started. However, if you decide your team wants in, we can fit you in, but only for a very limited time. Don't delay. Go to statechampsesports.net and sign up right now.
In case you missed the top of the show, we have created special long-form state championship highlight shows that we know you are going to love. Wrestling, girls basketball, boys swimming, it's all on our website, statechampsnetwork.com, as well as our Facebook and YouTube channel. We already have thousands of views of these programs, and that's because it's more of what you see every week here on State Champs. And the best thing is, they're all sports specific. We'll be doing these digital state final shows for gymnastics and, of course, boys basketball. We have a little bit of what you'll see in our boys swimming show coming up next. We've got some hockey highlights too, so stay with us.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships, like this one, at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique, hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together,
with our
customers,
we are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
It's time to get back to state champs!
Welcome to the IUPUI for the IHSAA Boys Swimming State Finals. I'm Gabe O'Neill here for State Champs. For all swimming coverage, you can follow our social media at State Champs Indiana for our online exclusive coverage of the finals. A lot of good events in the water, so make sure to check that out. Getting us started in the 100-yard breaststroke. Schools from all over the state competing: Warsaw Community, Concord, Zionsville, Carmel, Carroll, and Munster, just to name a few. And it would be Munster's junior Kyle Adams gaining some space under the waves. He was off to a great start, holding pace and finding the 54.08 time for first. Trailing would be Carroll and Zionsville in second and third. Next up in the 50-yard freestyle. Max speed to the finish in this one. Franklin Community trying to gain some points on the heavily favored Greyhounds of Carmel. Digging through the final reach, it's Jacob DeStramp of Franklin Community finishing with a 20.54, and FC was looking to shake up the leaderboard. DeStramp was awarded with the 2019 Herman F. Keller Mental Attitude Award. Congrats to that achievement and good luck the rest of the way. Rounding us out, the 400-yard freestyle relay. Teams competing for the top spot. Off to the race to see who grabs this year's prize. A fast start for Carmel with the likes of Franklin Community and Chesterton trailing. And through the exchange, blazing through the tide, Carmel on pace to beat Chesterton's record in the event set in 2014. Greyhounds Jacob Mitchell, Augustus Rothrock, Griffin Hadley, and Wyatt Davis grinding. And Carmel breaks the 2014 record with a time of 2:58.75. Better yet, under head coach Chris Plum, Carmel takes home the 2019 IHSAA Boys Swimming State Championship. Franklin Community would place in second, and Fort Wayne Carroll in a close third. Now onto the ice for some hockey. A special thanks to Jeff Mahoney and Summit City Sports for the coverage out of Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne looking to bounce back after a 4-2 loss to Carroll, and now round 2 is a go. The Bruins versus the Chargers, off to the action in this one we go. In the first period with even strength for both teams, Chargers would catch it down the seam, Jack Huffman with the shot, off the iron, and it gets in the back of the net. Carroll up 1-0. The Bruins of Fort Wayne kicking it into gear. Austin Ormsby knocks at the door. Who's there? That's a goal. Tied up at 1 score apiece. A busy first period down the stretch. Huffman gets behind the Bruins defense, shoots and scores. And that would be enough to get the W. Carroll defeats Fort Wayne 2-1, the final score.
We know that there are a lot of you out there who love podcasts. Have you ever seen or listened to Hang Time Indiana yet? It's all about Indiana high school basketball, and you find it on our website and social media, or listen on your favorite streaming platform. If it's not available to you on your preferred platform, let us know and we'll fix it. We also want to keep the podcast train going in the spring. We'd love to hear from you guys on what spring sports podcasts we should do. What do you have an appetite for? Is it track and field? Is it girls tennis, softball, boys golf, baseball? Tweet at us on our State Champs Indy page or email us. The address is contactus@statechampsnetwork.com. Talk to us on our Facebook page. We want to hear from you. We haven't heard from Scott Bernstein in a while. We've got a brand new edition of The Rundown next on State Champs.
I admit it. I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain.
10-4, Tiger on the prowl.
Flavor fanatics will do anything for our one-of-a-kind flavored crust pizza with meal deals for every budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
All right, welcome into the Rundown. I'm Scott Bernstein. We're here every week talking about high school hoops in the state of Indiana. This week we're going to talk about under-the-radar sophomore studs that I don't think will be under the radar for that much longer because I'm predicting big off seasons on the recruiting trail for these guys in the upcoming months. Let's start with Trevor Taylor over at Edgewood. A weapon of mass destruction in the backcourt, a slick playmaker that I call the Ellettsville elevator because his stock is rising and rising fast, and he elevates the play of everyone around him. Go over to Silver Creek where we got Trey Kaufman. I call him the best kept secret in the southern part of the state. He's long, lanky, and active in the front court, a burgeoning beast inside and out. We can go over to Evansville, talk about Drew Carlton, the quintessential gunner on the perimeter. He's versatile. He can play the 2-guard. He can play the 3-spot. Savvy, consistent, fundamentally sound. Another guy I really like over at Lafayette Jefferson, Brooks Barnheiser. He came over from Alabama in the summer. He's been balling out ever since. He's equally smart, tough, and skilled on both ends of the floor, averaging a double-double of 16 points, 10 rebounds a game this year. And then let's finish off with Luke Brown at Blackford over at Hartford City, the #1 scorer in the state. He is a Theraflu special, total sickness, scoring the rock. One of the most naturally offensively gifted hoopsters the state of Indiana has seen in quite a while. He's pumping in 40 points a game and making it look easy, but yet he's still not a household name across Hoosierland. It's only a matter of time. By this time next year, everyone's going to know who L. Boogie Sparks is because Luke Brown gets mad buckets. Scott Bernstein, State Champs. Check back next week on The Rundown.
Another hoops battle, Class 4A. Extremely difficult to crawl out of this sectional 10 with the likes of Lawrence Central, Warren Central, and let's not forget about this matchup, Cathedral and Lawrence North. Before we get to it, a special thanks to Greg Rakestraw and the ISE Sports Network for the coverage. Right out of the gates, Cathedral, nerveless despite on the road. Tayshaun Commerce spots Haven Montefalco for the Irish lead. Lawrence North, under head coach Jeff Kiefer, going for a career win, 795. Rewriting the first half, and here's how. Jared Hankins from another planet, Wildcats lead. Irish down by 3 before halftime. IU-bound Armand Franklin comes up with it. In transition, the likely Mr. Basketball candidate draws the contact, count it. 3-1 counted, neck and neck at the half. LN leads 28-26. In the third, Franklin, one of the best in the state, and here's why. Boom goes the triple for the Irish, tie game in the third. In the fourth, down by 4, Wildcats bite back. Lethal behind the line at 40%, Jared Hankins net it, LN down a digit. Working at it, David Perkins adds to the Wildcats total as Lawrence North holds momentum late. Wildcats not letting this one slip away. For the statement, Hankins with the jam. Lawrence North defeats Cathedral 65-59, your final. Welcome to Kokomo High School, where we keep the gear turning in Sectional 7, Class 4A. Once again, a shout out to the ISE Sports Network for the coverage. Logan Sport versus Kokomo Wildcats. Sure to be a close one. Let's get the ball rolling. Scoreless early on. Jackson Richards with the triple. Wildcats on the board first. Logan Sport Berries would react. However, Will Penny from behind the arc. Give him 3 cents for his thoughts. Logan Sports leading. Tie game in the second.
Kokomo showing size in the paint. Julian Wallace with the putback. Wildcats up. Still close. Barry's able to handle it. Penny with the strong finish. A back and forth affair in this one. Beating the zone. Tucker Platt plows through the paint for 2. Tied at 50 in the 4th. Wildcats trying to claim the prize. From mid-range, Deonta Chamberlain gets the roll off the metal. Holding back the defense, firing way, Bobby Wanell, the freshman in his first tournament sectional, hits big for the Wildcats as Kokomo defeats Logansport 62-54, the final. Welcome to Wayne High for a Sectional 6 opener. A special thanks to Jeff Mahoney and Summit City Sports for the great coverage. Homestead Spartans, only 2 losses on the season to fellow Fort Wayne schools Bishop Dwenger and Northrop. They would clash up against the Huntington North Vikings. The Vikes, under Coach Rob Irwin, not far behind at 20-4 on the season, it was time to go. We kicked things off in the 3rd quarter. HN up a score and adding to it here. Trey Williams from the corner, Vikes sailing to open up the half. Spartans bouncing right back, down the trenches. Zach Kruger with the bucket, Spartans within striking distance. Tie game, Homestead still at it. The second shot by Kruger drops. Spartans take their first lead of the half. Seconds before the quarter expires, Huntington North with some style points. Hank Pulver nets it. Vikes up 33-30 at the end of the 3rd. The junior playing big in this one, not wanting to go away. The Homestead Spartans from outside, 2-point game, Kruger with a team-high 12 points on the night. Vikings playing it through. Devin Newcomb sinks the free one, and here with the statement, down court, Sawyer Stoltz with the jam. Huntington North Vikings hold off Homestead Spartans, 48-34, your final.
We have got one more game coming up, and that is our main event. Plainfield versus Brownsburg, sectional basketball at its finest. Next on State Champs.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
Customers.
we are driven
To make
healthcare better.
great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Back again.
You know me.
Pepperoni Asiago. Oh, he's so cute. What's his name?
Pepperoni Asiago.
I just want to eat him up.
Flavor fanatics love us because we invented flavored crust pizza with 100% real mozzarella cheese and fresh dough made daily. Now get meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day 1. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back to State Champs, and here we go. Sectional opening action from earlier this week between Plainfield and Brownsburg. These two got together right after the new year, and 7th-ranked Brownsburg got the best of the Quakers. But this is the 2nd season. Let's go.
The main event, Class 4A sectional opener that felt more like a championship round. A thriller between a couple of rivals, Brownsburg taking on Plainfield. Number 11, Brownsburg owned the rivalry this season, winning by 20 or more in their first 2 previous clashes. Would they be hungry enough to devour a 3rd helping? Dinner is served, or is it? 19 wins, just 5 losses for Plainfield, opened the game on a 9-0 run. Jacob Gibbs backdoor to Kate East for the bucket. Quakers came to play, mixing up their sets and capitalizing. Off the give and go, Cade Gibbs for the connection. Winners of 5 of their last 6, Brownsburg gathered themselves. Reese Thomas strikes from up top. Down 7 in the second, Ryan Wiggins with the skyhook inside. Quakers lead at just 2, 24-22 at the break. 4 and some change now left in the third. Dogs coming out biting. Cameron Alford splitting the defense. Count it. Bulldogs lead 29-26. Gibbs playing Superman for the Quakers. Working the lane with success. 35-33, Brownsburg leading into the fourth. 2.5 remains now. Bulldogs scrappy in the trenches. In transition, Malik Edmonds had 8 points and a 7-rebound night. Bulldogs up 4. Plainfield stringing together some buckets. Mason Naiman with the bank, and then Cade Gibbs is going to take over, attacking the cylinder. Bulldogs with urgency, but oh no, Gibbs with the takeaway. Foul needed, foul given. The senior had a game-high 22, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 of 13 from the free throw line, knocking down all necessaries, clutch under pressure. Plainfield inches ahead by 3. Gibbs with another should be the statement. Bulldogs, one more go, front of the medal. Plainfield pulls off the major upset, defeating Brownsburg 46-43 the final. Next up, Avon.
We came here Saturday and got a lot of shots up so that we could get used to this gym, and we just played really well as a team and got our teammates open. And when we played them the last couple times, we've given in third quarter, and then they just go on a run, and we just give up with this game. We said we're not going to let that happen, and we didn't give up, and we ended up coming out and late in the game. We're glad we got this draw, and because we were going to have to beat them if we wanted to win sectionals in the first place.
So that's our show, and I can't stress enough for you guys to check out our state championship editions of wrestling, girls basketball, and boys swimming. These online shows are packed with extended highlights, way more than you see here on TV. Some have interviews and analysis, so just check it out.
We'll see you next week. Oh, and happy birthday to us.
That's right, happy birthday to us and Kevin Trzynski.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare, and Via Credit Union. Since 1936, people have trusted Via Credit Union with their financial hopes and dreams. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.